Thursday, March 19th, 2026. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut at the moment. I am driving down Plain Hill Road. I'm heading to Quaker Hill, which is a part of Waterford, Connecticut. I'm going to explore a couple of roads that I've never been down before in my entire life, that at least I can remember. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get there. It's a perfect day for recording video. It's overcast, nice soft light, just the way I like it. Alright, getting out of here can be a problem, but guess what? I think I'm getting lucky. That was real quick. Alright, I'm gonna go on 395 just for a little bit to speed up the process a touch. What's gas? 379. Man, that's up over $1. That's high. Alright. On the ramp currently, which is gonna put me right onto 395 south. It's 12:31 p.m. I normally don't, it's a Thursday. I actually have a couple hours to kill right now. Well, I don't know about a couple of hours, maybe an hour and whatever. I have a little time to kill here, so I figured, I was trying to think, should I do a driving video? I've been taking a lot of panoramic photos lately. Should I go out and do that? Because these clouds, the conditions, if they stay like this, are perfect for photography, for videography, at least to my taste right now. What do we have here? There's a sign back there that says litter removal, so there must be some kind of cleanup crew up ahead here. But I was trying to decide. I was thinking of going down to it's not Indian, what do they call it? Uncas Leap. For years we called it Indian Leap. Now they changed the name to Uncas Leap. I was thinking of going down there and doing some kind of on the ground, walking around type of videography, but I decided to do this instead. You can see those bags of garbage. There's a lot of, I can see on the side, I don't know if there was some kind of a problem with a, waste removal garbage truck or something, but that's malfunctioned and spilled out a lot of garbage. I'm not sure what happened, but back there, for a decent stretch, there's a tremendous amount of plastic bags, cups, plastic coffee cups, whatever, all over the place. So I think something happened. I don't know what, but I'm guessing a garbage truck malfunction of some kind. Unless that's just normal debris, but I doubt it. It's like all over the place back there. All right, let's cruise. These guys merging. This is always a tricky thing. Just hurry up and merge and nobody will have to worry about it. There you go. And there's another merge situation right to my right there. Cemetery over there on my right. This bridge ahead of us was restored recently. Very nice job on that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take this exit. This will put me into Uncasville, Montville, the Uncasville section of Montville. But I'm going to go down to Quaker Hill. I want to see how close I can get to the Thames River. I just want to explore a couple roads, and that's basically the point of this video. But I don't know what I'm going to run into. I have no idea. It could be a dead end, or these different roads I'm thinking about. So we'll scope things out when I get down there. I'll take a little look around. And hopefully we get some good scenery. As we wind our way. This is, my GPS is telling me this is a ramp that we are currently on. Definitely a decent amount of traffic. I mean, it's midday, so Thursday, middle of the week. I mean, this is not my normal time that I go out for these drives in the middle of the week. This is a little unusual for me. All right, let's see. Exit 5. There we go. If I took a left, that would bring me to West Thames Street and down City and Norwich if I kept going straight. If I take a right and I keep going, I mean, that'll bring me through Montville to New London. Groton, if I wanted to go over the Gold Star Bridge. Alright, wow, this guy's out on these little, I don't know, I wouldn't say a motorcycle, some kind of a, not necessarily a dirt bike. It's a vehicle that, it's kind of between a moped and a motorcycle. I'm not sure of the classification. All right, $3.65 for gas at Stop and Shop. And it was $3.79 back at Mobil and Shell and all those in Norwich Town. Now, the grade and quality of gas, I believe, is better at either Mobil or Exxon or Shell or any of the big names. I mean, I know for a fact that it's better. But Stop and Shop, I don't know where they get their gas from. You know something? I'm going to take I always forget this. I'm just going to take a quick, I want to get into this. See that right there to the right? That's a museum. Mohegan Tribe. Let me see if I can get in here. What does this thing say? Museum parking, whatever. Hopefully they don't have real tight security, but I want to get a look at this building. I don't know if I should be going around here, if this is for, I mean, it'll give me a good view of the building. Okay, there it is, right there. That museum. Very important structure right there. I've been wanting to get that for a while. Hopefully I'm framing it up okay. It's kind of hard for me to see my little, the screen is on the exterior of the car and it's very small. But this is a very important museum. Let me see if I can read some of the signs up there. let's see, Tribal Historic Preservation Office and Archaeology. But let me cruise over here and see if I can get a formal name of... Yeah, I see a sign up ahead. I'll read it. Anyways, there's a good... Hopefully I'm getting it all in there. I believe I am. But this is relatively new construction. A few years. All right, Tansquentin Museum. Oldest Native American-owned operated museum in the United States. So that's an important building right there. Museum hours Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Whoa, I gotta take a right up here. There's a really cool looking church. I mean, this is another road I haven't been on. I mean, wow. I've lived in this area my entire life. I've never seen this beautiful church, which I'm gonna come up here at some point and photograph. I gotta figure out if I can get in, and I just want to point this. Emergency access only. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll just get what I can get. I mean, I'm driving on grass right now, so there's a beautiful church. I mean, seriously, I find this hard to believe that I do not know about this. I don't see a name on that. Let me cruise down here a little bit. I mean, somebody could have converted this to a house or something. I mean, there is parking, handicap parking. I just don't see a name. Normally a church would have... have a big sign with a name or something indicating the denomination. Let me take a look. I mean, beautiful new roof, beautiful building, maintained meticulously. Looks like it's been around for a while, recently restored. The grounds are immaculate. I don't know if it has anything to do with the tribe, Mohegan tribe, I don't know. Let me take a look at the side of this building. I mean, let me, handicap access, the whole thing. It's all absolutely mint condition. It's been recently redone. The fact that there's no name, I guess I'll have to research this thing a little bit, but there's nothing for a sign anywhere on the door, in front of the place. Whatever. I'll look. If I can remember, I'll look it up. But I got to get back there and take photographs of that. Super high resolution panoramic photograph. So here's that sign. Tansquentin Museum. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a very long word. Tantaquidgeon. Tansquentin Museum. But that's that building that we looked at. That beautiful new museum. All right, this is going to be a little tricky. Getting out of here. So two very important structures right there. One I knew nothing about, and the other that very, very significant Native American museum. As we head down to Quaker Hill. Back on Norwich, New London Turnpike. There's an ancient cemetery to my right over there. There's nowhere to park. That's the only problem. You'd have to park, and this road, there's no sidewalk. This is a rough, I don't recommend walking on this road. But I would like to take a look at that cemetery back there just to see the age of the stones. I mean, when I say ancient, I would say early 1700s. But I'm going to try to wangle my way down there somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll find a place to park. You couldn't even have anybody drop you off, because this is not a road, at least back there, where you can just, kind of pull over for a second. There's no room to do that. Little business district in Uncasville right here. Gristmill Plaza to my left. That wasn't there at all. Not that many years ago. There was just a grassy area, or trees and bushes, nondescript. But now there's that kind of a mini business district. This is another one right here. Little strip right through here. You got the Uncasville Diner down here. You got Dollar General, the ubiquitous dollar store. Beat Brothers used to be down here on the left. What's there now? Walgreens, Wine and Spirits, Charter Oak Bank, James Laundromat. Yeah, Beat Brothers is no longer there. 379 at Mobile on the right. So, gas prices have a tendency to be different from 1 mile down the road to the next. Even the same, it could be Mobile. Like Mobile could be 369 in one part of town. The other, 4 miles down the road, it's 379. Very unusual. All right, let's keep going here. Work our way down to Quaker Hill. Dot's Cafe to the right. Definitely a lot of cars. I mean, the fact that it's almost 1 p.m. It's, 12:48 p.m. right now. Friendly Pizza to my left. What's down here? Montville Florist, Nails and Spa, Smoke Plus, big smoke shop. Vaping and all that. So, town of Montville. This is it right here. Another vape place. There's competing vape shops right across the street from each other in Montville. The Brown Derby Cafe. Brown Derby Lounge and Cafe to my right. Legendary. It's been there for, I don't know, 50, 60 years. A very, very long time. I mean, that's all I can say. All right, now, this is Montville. Let me get to Quaker Hill first. When I come back, maybe I'll hit some of these other... Whoa. Hewitt Drive over there. On my way back, I gotta head down there. There's a really cool fact. It looks like that could be that power plant I was looking at. the other day in my Montville, one of my Montville drives. I did two where I covered a little bit of territory in Montville. Wow, 33 degrees, kind of cold. All right, Sunoco, 363. So prices today have been from 363 to 379. So I can't forget to hit that road back there to get a good view of the former, well, power plant that I don't think is currently operational. All right, we just entered the village of Quaker Hill. So this is Waterford, Connecticut, but the Quaker Hill section. So the road that I had in mind, I mean, there's a few, is not too far down. Okay, that left right there might... I don't know if I should take that because I won't be able... Well, all right, let's try it. Let's try this. I mean, this is one of the roads I had in mind. Whoa, I got a light arrow there, but I can barely see it. I think the wind kind of messed up the... There's like a grill over the light, which is very difficult to say. Good gravy. There's people flying by me. The guy's doing like 75 miles per hour. I mean, the speed limit is way less. My car kind of went... I don't know if you caught that on the video. It was like, whoosh. See, now, in a perfect world, I could turn left, but I actually have to wait for this light that I can barely see. I'm going to be going down Scotch Cap Road. There's another car. Look at these guys. Man. I don't... If you see any shift in the video, that's my car moving. It almost seems like these guys are going to bash into me, man. Hurry up and turn. All right. Okay, so let's see if this is worth it. This is heading towards the Thames River and a cove and all kind of potential, but I don't really know what's down here. Scotch Cap Road. What is this? Dead end. That doesn't do... Well, let's follow this thing down. I mean, I'm heading toward the river, so maybe we'll get a decent view. I'd like to see the water. All right, well, there's the river in front of us. What does that do for me? This is just stops down here. Okay, it's a dead end. I mean, it's a, you know, you can turn around down here. The train track is right there. Okay, there's some naval boatyard across the way there. Can't really see that good. I mean, I can see you guys are just getting a glance. Very tiny little glance. Let me go up on this. This seems to be like condos or apartments or something up here. Let me see if I can pull in here and get a view. Some guy up there with his dog. All right, there's a view right there of the river. Private property. It's blocked off. No trespassing. I'm just trying to get a view. So if I back in... I mean, I'm limited what I can do here. That's about as good as I can get right there as far as looking at the river is concerned. It's one of the wider areas of the Thames River. So I don't know, these are either condos, apartments, but you know, people live there. It's those are buildings for people to live in. All right, to my left is that big cove. Let's see if I can, I don't know. Let me try to work my way down there. Again, I'm totally unfamiliar with these roads. There's a school bus that is still there. It was there when I came down here. And he seems to be blocking a big part of the road, but that's all right. I can squeeze by. I mean, these houses are like right on the cove, I think. Yeah, behind, I mean, I might not be able to get any good views of that cove because it's all private property, so that's unfortunate. Yep, definitely a big cove over there. It's straight down. Whoa. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to... Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I don't want to... Let's see if I can turn around real quick in this person's driveway. All right. So I'm not going to be able to get a look at the cove from this vantage point. I mean, I'm turning my head looking right. I can see everything pretty clearly, but obviously with this camera, I would have to walk down there. Let me see if there's a... Now, these are all driveways. There's no side road, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get down there. The school bus is just kind of planted here. All right, wait a minute. Maple Avenue. This is not going to do anything for me as far as what I want, you know, these water views or whatever I'm kind of thinking about. I'm going to take another left, and there's a couple more roads over there I wanted to check out. So we're back. I was at the red light to the right. That's the light that I was waiting at, where those cars were whipping by me at these, you know, insane speeds. You know, if I went, yeah, I don't want to get off on a wild goose chase, but I'm going to have to at some point get down to the other side, because that could bring me to that cove. I mean, I have no idea. There may be no way for me to see the cove with this. Man, oh man, whew, green light, but it's still, you got cars whipping by. All right. Maybe I can get down to that. It's hard to... I mean, I'm looking through layers and layers of shrubs and trees, so... Whatever. I'll try to get down there. Sometimes you just can't do it due to the fact that private property and everybody owns, you know, waterfront property on this cove, so... All right, let's get over here. Richards, I'm going to be going on Richards Grove Road. once this red arrow turns green. Here comes a truck. All right, did you see the car move? I felt it, I'll tell you right now. The subtleties of a wide-angle lens and everything, you might not get any of the shake. You might. Okay, here, perfect example right there. Truck doing, I don't know, 70 and a 45 mile an hour. Okay, that guy's he's got this is a pedal to the metal situation going on over there with that truck. And my car, here's a couple more. Look for the movement. I'll be able to check it out when I get home and edit this video. All right, if I get lucky, I'll get an arrow. All right, not quite yet. Here we go. Let's take a look. Richards Grove Road. What is down here? All right, to my left, there's more property directly on that cove that I talked about. And there's the Thames River directly in front of us. But I don't think we're going to be able to see anything due to the fact, I mean, man, if I could pull in this guy's driveway, perfect view, but it's not, it's private property and I can't do it. Here's a building right here that's maybe will spark some memories for some people. I don't know what it is. This might have been a lumber yard or something at one time, if memory serves me. I could be 100% wrong, but I for some reason I think there was a lumber yard down here. Obviously it's no longer operational. I mean, these guys, they don't want anybody trespassing. They got beware a dog, no trespassing, private property, you know, the whole 9 yards. I don't blame them. Customer service shed. Right over there, what I believe used to be some form of a lumber yard. But I'm not going to be able to get a good look at the cove unless again, I would have to go on somebody's driveway, which I don't want to do. Riverview Place. I mean, Riverview. All right, if I go straight, I'm not going to be able to. There's a truck down there blocking the entire road. That doesn't really help me. And he's backing up, so do I want to venture down that little street there? No, I don't. Now the guy's going straight. All right. I'm just trying to find some water views here. Wow, there's definitely kind of hard to decide. I'll go straight. I've never been in this neighborhood before. This could be a dead end. All right, wow. It should have said dead end, but it didn't, so. You got to figure these things out for yourself when you're doing these drives. The fact that that truck backed up tells me this could be another dead end down here, although not indicated. Right across the river is, I don't know, like I say, some kind of a shipyard or something, whatever it is. Yeah, this is just not going to do anything for me. I'm not going to have any water views. It's just a total wipeout. It's a cool little village and everything, but I can't get to, ideally I would have maybe know somebody down here where I could drive down their driveway and go to the kind of the edge of the property where I get a good look at the cove. All right, I'm going to, between the houses, I mean, this is not the greatest, but that house directly in front of us, slightly to the left, there's that big cove. Let me point over here with this car. Right there you can see the train tracks. To the left is the cove, to the right is the Thames River. It's the best I can do without, going in somebody's driveway, which I'm pretty sure they don't want me to do. It's 1:05 p.m. All right, I'm going to get up here a little bit and try to see that cove, at least parts of it, from the other side of this roadway. Okay. All right. People speed on that road. Looks like somebody got nailed to the left. That's a rough spot to pull somebody over, I'll tell you. Dangerous. All right, I got to take a left. I have no idea whether I can get a view of the cove from this vantage point, this side of the road, but I'm going to try. All right, another one of these lights. It's difficult to see, but I think the red is on top. I can barely see slivers of red, but I think the green arrow is on the bottom, so that'll be crystal clear. My GPS tells me this is Mohegan Avenue. Speed limit 45 miles per hour. Actual speed of vehicles 70. I mean, some people drive slower, but all right. Let's see what we have. All right, this is a dead end. I guess I could get out here, but I mean, this is heading towards that cove, but it could be another situation where it's all private property and I won't be able to get any views. I mean, somewhere you would think there would be. Nope. See, if I went to the end of this person's driveway, I would be able to get a real good look. I don't know if is that a driveway or not? I can't tell. It could be a boat launch. I mean, this would be phenomenal. But all right, well, I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like a boat launch. I'll find out in a second. There's the cove, at least from this side of the river. We didn't see the other side. We're seeing this side. This is as good as I can get right here. So let me go to the right. I finally made it, so we get a view of it from the right. There's some kind of a school or something up there across the cove. I'm going to try to get up there. And there's a view of that portion of the cove. All right. We did it. We got to look at it, at least a portion of it. And I don't want to forget about that side road in Montville. But I'm going to take a left, try to see if I can get any views of the cove from the other side of the, that school or whatever that building was. All right, here's another dead end. Cab Lane. Let's take a look. I mean, some of these dead ends are brutal. It's like you get down 3 feet and that's it. Well, there's the cove off in the distance. Oof. Yeah, no, this is not going to, I mean, there's some views way in the distance, but this lens is not going to do it justice. I mean, straight ahead you can see that body of water there. Kind of a cool place to live. You're right on, you know, you're living right on the water. That is kind of a luxury. I mean, this is one heck of a steep hill right here. All right, there's some new construction to the left. He doesn't have a water, he has a touch of a water view, but he's not on the water. There's another property in front of him. So this is, again, Quaker Hill. If I took a left, now that's a private property. But there's a guy with a real good view right there, but obviously not going to be able to see it. Okay, so this is Scotch Cap Road, and this is going to put me on Old Norwich Road. When I take a left, wow, there's a real cool church up there. I want to get a look at that. I got to keep these little, you know, landmark churches and things in mind just for some of my photography, you know, potential sites. So this is Old Norwich Road, Quaker Hill, Waterford, Connecticut. I'm trying to look for that. What is this? School House Lane, Quaker Hill School. You know, I don't know if I want to. You know, I've been up here before. It says Quaker Hill School. I think, yeah, I'm going to turn around real quick. Whoa. This kind of doesn't go anywhere. I mean, this is a little road. There's a home there. Okay, so he needs access. There definitely needs to be a road to lead to the gentleman or the person's home. There's that school. And pulling down this hill, we should get a look at the cove. It's going to be a kind of a wide, way off in the distance type of situation. But that's about as good as I can get it. Right there. There's an old house and a two-car garage to the left, but behind that's that cove. And we were across on the other side. Whew, this is so steep that my car is going to scrape, I think, because I see scrape marks in front of me. You know, maybe I should go right a little bit. Hang on a second. Wait for the scrape. All right, we didn't scrape, so that's good. There's another road. Phew, it's not. I'm not going to go up that. All right, I got to turn around. There seems to be a business that is no longer operational right here. And the cove is to the right. Let me take a quick look at that church that I spotted a minute ago. Again, some really cool houses directly on the water. Older, you know, really unique looking houses. Two Greeks Pizza down here. All right, what is here? United States Post Office. May as well take a look at that. We're here. Seems to be an older post office right there, right in front of us. Another cool... I like architectural photography. And when I say architectural, I mean anything. There's Mel's Pizza Restaurant over there to the right. And another cool building. Man, I'm getting lost in cool buildings. I'll bring my camera down here in the future. Oh, that's Quaker Hill Firehouse right there. Quaker Hill Fire Company. I don't know if my lens is picking the whole thing up. Let me see if I can get another view of it. Wow, Quaker Hill Fire Company since 1927, so I don't know if this is the original site or not, but they've been around for a while. Next year will be their 100th anniversary, right there. Quaker Hill Fire Company. Oh, that's Old Colchester Road. I was just on there briefly. And then I was on Sunshine Road very briefly. All right. Where is that church? There it is, right on the left. What is the name of this? Quaker Hill Baptist Church, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to get this thing in here on this video. Let's see. I mean, that's the best I can do. It was built in 1835. Hopefully I'm getting it in frame. 1835. Big sign up top. The property is currently vacant. I mean, I think they probably have church services and things up here, but I'm just saying at the moment there's nobody up here except for a UPS truck. I think there's somebody taking his break or something over there. I'm going to swing around so I can potentially get another view of this church from a different angle. I mean, obviously, there's been some new additions put onto the church. You know, more modernization and things like that. Here's a side view if I can grab it. Right there, 1835. I mean, it looks to be vinyl sided, you know, things like that, improvements. I don't know if that's an improvement, but, you know, a modernization. All right, I want to work my way back to Montville, that side road. So, whatever. I mean, I got to look at the cove. I mean, as good as I could. I got down right up next to it in that one section, and we saw some pretty cool buildings. You know, real historic properties. And we're going to wait for this school bus to drop off a child, I believe. They seem to be having a discussion, the bus driver and the gentleman there. "1:19 p.m. All right, there we go. So we're back on old Norwich Road, Quaker Hill. Whoa, I'm gonna turn around. I got people on my tail, so I'm going to have to pull into somebody's driveway, which I really don't want to do. This isn't even a driveway. This is like dirt. But there was a cool road back there. Potentially cool. I mean, I could drive down it and it could be not that great, but we'll find out. This is not my stomping ground, so I'm not familiar with every single road. Okay, there it is. Rosemary Lane. Right here. I see water to the right. That's the only thing that's bringing me down here. Is this part of that cove? I don't know. Or is it just a little tiny pond? It's a little tiny pond. Wow. Pretty cool houses down here, though. Little mid-century modern going on back there. Where this brings me, I don't know. I mean, we're exploring here. Whoa, I do not want to go that way, so I got to turn around. Yeah. Three houses in a row with flat roofs. I say mid-century modern. That's speculation because, I mean, that was pretty popular. You know, some of the higher-end, really cool houses back in the 1950s there was a trend with flat roof homes, and Norwich has a road called Butternut Drive with some really good examples of mid-century modern architecture. I've been in some of them. Very unique, one of a kind, kind of, beautiful layout. They were ranches, everything one level. Some of them needed upgrading. Some of them were maintained beautifully. But that's the one area in Norwich that does have those homes from that era. I mean, they have many. Wow, I actually got lucky with a green light here. So I can work my way over to that. I think it's it was a power plant. And I think I'm going to have a direct shot at it. When I get on the road, straight in front of us is going to be that power plant. I mean, I got a lot of exploring to do in Montville if I really wanted to. Some of these roads to my left and right back there, I would definitely be curious to see what's down there. But, all right, this still might be Waterford. Okay, it says right down here, Montville. Entering town line of Montville is right here. All right, so is this the... Yeah, this is where the power plant was. I mean, this thing could be operational or not. I don't know. Speed limit 25 miles per hour. Right there. Big, giant, power lines and all that. Whoa, wait a minute. Is this a road or is this somebody's driveway? What is this thing? It doesn't say do not enter. But I don't feel like having to back out of here either. This looks just like somebody's private residence. Okay, wait a minute. There's more houses. Well, I'd love to be able to point right at... Man, that is a huge... Let me back up. Just to get a slightly better look at this. At this power plant. I don't know if I can. I mean, people, you know, if they're kind of wondering, like people that live here, like, what is this guy doing? Yeah, we can't really. It's just not happening. I'd have to get out a driveway, and I don't want to do that. But I don't know. These guys are looking. They have a view of that plant. I do see some steam coming out of a vent, but these power lines and all that, man, I tell you, I don't know what the health ramifications of that would be, but I personally don't know if I would want to risk living directly under power lines. I have no idea. It just has kind of an ominous look to it, you know what I mean? It feels kind of dangerous. I do not know. I have no knowledge as to whether that's hazardous to your health or not. All right, let me look for... Here's another side road. I mean, this is Powerhouse Road. Well, that kind of makes sense. Hopefully this doesn't lead to where I just came from. Powerhouse Road. Well, the powerhouse is to our right, part of Lathrop Road. I think I'll be able to... Wow, there's a little goat farm to my left back there. I should get a 360 camera. You guys will be able to see everything. Oh, wait a minute. I've been down here. This is a legit... Yeah, this is a legit powerhouse, I believe. I'm going to turn around. What does it say? Generation Bridge, Montville Power Generating Station. I don't think I can really get down here. Montville, Lathrop Road, blah, 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 danger, caution, all this stuff. I'll get down a little bit, and I'm going to turn around. Nah, this is... You got to check in. You got to do some crazy stuff. I'm not going to... Can I turn around? That's... Again, if security sees me with a camera on my car, it's going to look real suspicious. I'm out of here. The security guard's down there. And I'll turn around and just point this thing in the direction of the tower. Hopefully you can see it. All these, electrical devices and things in front of us. I mean, if there's electromagnetic, kind of a... The reason I say this with this electrical, is it hazardous and things like that? I used to do metal detecting. You go on the ground with a metal detector. And I made some really cool finds, but, you start running out of area. You start running out of potential locations to do, and it was whatever. I was doing so many other things that I had to give up, one of my many hobbies, which was metal detecting. But I did it for several years. I found some really cool stuff. I mean, coins, gold rings, whatever. But this friend of mine, one time, he wanted me to check out this area that was like a Revolutionary War fort. Let me get my bearings here for a second. All right. This Revolutionary War fort, and I went there, and there was a Boy Scout camp there also, like in the 1920s or way back, way back. And I'm metal detecting, I'm kind of going around, and then there were these power lines. When I got to the area directly overhead of these power lines, my metal detector completely would not function, was making crazy noises, just went completely off the rails. That's why I say, I mean, you know, let me point at this building over here. I mean, I'm getting a little crazy, but to the left. All right. But that's why I say what I say about power lines. I don't want to sound like some kind of a conspiracy theorist. There used to be a doctor down here, Dr. Rasmussen. I mean, I'm sorry to go off on a tangent. See that building right there? I believe that brick, that really cool build. Well, I could be wrong on that building, but somewhere in this area, I could be right on that building. Dr. Rasmussen. You would go to this doctor, and he would evaluate you, you know, the whole thing, whatever. And he would walk into a side room and come out and hand you the medication that you need. Right there, one place, one shop, one stop shopping. And he was there for years. If anybody remembers that doctor, I mean, drop me let me know, because I mean, I'm going back 50 plus, 50, 60, whatever years, a long, long time ago that Dr. Rasmussen was practicing there. But it was wild. I mean, forget about pharmacy and all this stuff. You just walk in, he'll, doctor, I have a sore throat, whatever's wrong with you. And you're walking out of there with medication. You go home, you take the pills. Hopefully they work, you get better. Wouldn't that be something? Wow. If things were like that now, it would certainly be more efficient. But anyways, about the power lines, again, not to be a conspiracy theorist, I'm not. I'm the least conspiratorial theorist guy on the planet. I don't buy any of that stuff. But I'm just saying, that metal detector thing I was like, even my friend, he was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, what the heck? The machine went completely bonkers on me. Like, what does that mean? And the answer is, I don't know what it means. Massapog Road to my right. I'm slightly tempted. Oh, God, this could be another. I mean, it's 1:33 p.m. I get off on these tangents. I'll try it. All right, there's a body of water in front of us. There's a river that goes into... is that... Wow, that's another... That can't be the same cove. It's another cove. All right, let's see if we can get out and take a look at a cove here. What's the name of this street? Kitmog Road. Good gravy. I don't want to... I gotta be... my time is starting to become a little bit limited here. All right, there's definitely a body of water there. It's a small lake, or it could be a cove, part of the river. Okay, yeah, I gotta get out of here. This is gonna end up being a long-term thing that's gonna throw a wrench in the gears, and it's gonna be, I mean, unless I can come across a boat launch and get a look at this this body of water down here, but I don't think so. Now I gotta turn around. There's neighborhoods all over the place that I know nothing about. I have no clue where this is bringing me. Kitmog Road. My instinct is to turn around, but just let me go a little bit further and see what we got. Wait a minute, what is this? No outlet. Oh, there's a marina. Okay, good. Whoa, no through traffic, no soliciting, no nothing. I mean, these guys. It looks like mobile homes. This is not gonna pan out. I mean, no through traffic. I gotta get out of here. Well, there's definitely a... Yeah, that's connected to the river. I mean, that's a cove off the Thames River. Very tight turn here. Yeah, these mobile homes are on direct waterfront of that small cove. I mean, it's kind of cool if you got a kayak or a canoe or, you know, a little boat. You can go out there and fish. I mean, you'll need something. A boat would have to be have a pretty short. You know what? I'm gonna go right a little bit further because, I mean, the cove is down there. Nice enough of that gentleman to let me go. Guys are running a forklift. All right, we're going on some big, huge power lines. Wow, there's a waterfall up there. I am in an area that I've never been on this road or in this area in my entire life that I can remember. I mean, maybe it's possible. Possible. I mean, I could have did a drive, one of these recorded drives up here many years ago that I totally forgot about. What in the world? Point Breeze Road. Point Breeze. What's Point Breeze? I mean, it's got kind of a cool name to it. Railroad crossing. I mean, I have no idea. I'm actually going to look both ways just to make sure I don't get run over by a train. Point Breeze just doesn't ring a bell with me. There seems to be homes, again, directly on the river. On the Thames River. Private property, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I'm out of here. Whatever it is, I mean, it's... Whatever the case may be, this is Point Breeze, direct Thames River waterfront property that is inaccessible to me because I don't live there, so I don't want to be trespassing. There's dirt roads. I mean, if I had an off-road kind of a vehicle, I'd take a ride down some of those. Again, let's keep our eyes open for a train. Power lines again. Guys, I want to make this crystal clear. I think the chances are very, very good that living directly underneath power lines is probably harmless. I don't know. But the fact that houses all over the place down here live directly under power lines leads me to believe that it's okay. Otherwise, it would be, illegal or whatever, it would not be allowed. Okay, I'm looking across the river there. Thames River to my right, train tracks. Big storage containers, maybe oil. I mean, to the right, I don't know what you guys can see. Get a glimpse. Boy, I'd love to get on that road directly in front of me. What is it? Private property. Can't do it. Because that would have been a good view. Narrow, windy roads back here. This is still Kitmog Road. All right, we're way up on a hill now with that river to the right. See, if I had a 360 cam, I could make the video record in any direction. It's controllable. All right, around this corner, you can see the river out in front of us. It's not going to be too clear. There's a lot of trees, but whatever. We're up here, and that's as good as we can get. But a 360 camera, to me, the quality is lower because it's high resolution, same resolution as this camera, but you're capturing so much video in a complete circle that you can't get the quality of just a fixed, a lens pointing in one direction. When you're covering 360, the quality is just not going to be it's just not as good. There's sacrifices you make with distortion and all kind of different parameters of the technical aspects of the video that, to me personally, to my eye, are not as good. Or they're I find it too distracting. It's distracting. It's too much of a warped fisheye, unusual look. Plenty of people love it. And working with the video's a lot harder. You got to make decisions. Do I want to point it in this way, this way, this way? You can do that as you drive, you're recording 360 at all times. So when you get in the editing process on the computer, you can turn the video to see anything 360. I think that would drive. I'd rather just have a simple, straightforward, this is the scene in front of me, rather than swing this warped view to the left, to the right, whatever. I think it would be just too much. Where in the world am I? Well, let's drive. I know I'm in Montville, as far as I know. I mean, unless something really bizarre happened. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I was on this road the other day. Massapequa. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to head back. I was on this road the other day. Turn around this guy's driveway. road right there, Riverview Road. Now I'm tempted to go down there. Why? Because it says Riverview. But I won't be able to get to the view part. It's going to be private property again. And it's all blocked off. Alright, so I always pronounce this wrong. I don't know. Massapequa Road. That's the way it looks to me. I'm going with that. 1:45 p.m. I gotta get moving. I gotta get back out to familiar territory here. And go home. I should use my GPS. Because this thing's gonna just, it's gonna be a wild goose chase.
The route guidance will start now.
All right.
In a quarter of a mile, right turn onto Massapequa Road.
Okay, they called it Massapequa. So, I mean, that's a robotic interpretation. So, I'm on Massapequa Road. Why are they're telling me to turn on to Massapequa Road? I'm already on Massapequa Road.
Next right, and then right turn. In 2/10 of a mile, right turn onto Norwich New London Turnpike.
Okay, I'm going to turn this. I am going to turn this GPS off because now I know where I am. Directly in front of us is that. What does it say? It's worn out. It's a garage. Auto sales. I believe they do. I think it's Ski's Garage and Sales. All right. Now we know where we are. Norwich London Turnpike. The old drive-in is to our left. You got Herb's Deli up here. Now we're talking. Fantastic. But anyways, back to the power lines because we're going under some more. I want to make it 1,000% crystal clear. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I do not know whether there's any hazard living under them. I'm talking about directly under massive power lines. I'm not talking about I'm near them. I'm talking directly under. It just, to me with that metal detector and everything sounds pretty wild being out there, but some form of, electric current or, certain area within so many feet of those giant lines does make a metal detector react. Does that cause harm to a human if they live under a giant set of power lines like that? Probably not. Like I said, otherwise it'd be illegal or would not be allowed. I mean, so I don't. The answer to the question is I do not know if it is harmful to live directly under massive power lines. I don't know. Probably not. All right, so we're coming up to that museum earlier in the drive, right to the right, that big building up on the hill there. That Native American, oldest Native American artifacts and museum in the United States. That's what that sign said back there. So I'm going with that. 1:49 p.m. Yeah, I'm going to jump on. I got to get on 395. Gonna make a beeline back to Norwich town. Everybody's braking. I mean, we're barely moving down this road here. Now we're talking. I don't know. My car says 39 degrees. I tend to believe it. All right, back on the ramp. And we're going to jump onto Interstate 395 North. The skies have been consistent throughout the entire video. Overcast, gray, soft light. Perfect. Just what I'm looking for. If I take a left, I go to New York City. If I take a right, I go to Boston. There's your choice right there. This is it. This fork in the road right here. Obviously, I've been to both New York and Boston several times. Boston is easy to navigate. You can walk around and cover a lot of territory on foot. New York is massive, and you can walk around, but you're not going to cover too much territory. You're going to have to take the subway or some, whatever, transportation of some kind to see things. If you want to be in Central Park, and then you can't just walk to, let's take a walk down and see the Statue of Liberty. I mean, you could do it. It'll take you all day. Boston, I mean, you can be in Quincy Market and then say, let's take a walk to Newbury Street, which is kind of an iconic area. I mean, that I've done that many times. That's, I don't know, maybe that'll take a half an hour, that walk. So it's very doable. Decent amount of traffic on 395 at the moment. Perfect filming, recording, video conditions. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you want to do video of any kind outdoors, this is the perfect. These are the perfect conditions right here. If you want to do photography, this is perfect outdoor portrait photography. Perfect. Those WB Mason trucks with all that fancy, it's like a big mural on the side and the back of the truck. It's a very cool idea. Great advertising. (1:55 p.m.) I don't know. This drive, I was all over the place. I mean, this is a, you know, I wanted to hit Quaker Hill and take a look at that cove and all that, which I did, but I'm gonna slip in here, get off exit 14. So I did cover that cove as best I could, but boy, oh boy, you know, some of the side roads in Quaker Hill, very cool, but I got kind of lost on a few of the tangents here, there, and everywhere. All right, back on West Town Street, the Norwich Town section of Norwich, Connecticut. Whoa, what are gas prices now? All right, $3.79. The other day I went out and I took a drive, and I was gone maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, and I came back home, and the gas went from $3.69 to $3.79 in, you know, a matter of minutes. So these things are definitely in flux. Diesel, I mean, that's the real, I mean, if you run a diesel truck or a car or whatever, machine of some kind, this hurts big time. Look at that even lighting. I mean, I love it. If I could script things like this every time I went out, what in the world is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a bunch of trucks pulling in. UPS, what is that guy over there? US Foods. All right, let me turn up Huntington Avenue right here. I started up this road here. This is Huntington Avenue, but it's going to blend into Plain Hill Road, right in the middle of driving. Department of Public Works has been going around patching up potholes. There's a bad one right here, but they patched it up a couple days ago. All right, where's Plain? Okay, so I'm on Huntington Avenue right now, and now I'm on Plain Hill Road right now. Interesting. All right, so we started somewhere around here, and I'm going to finish it up around here. This video is over.